Hello snowboarders of the internet, I'm your host Avran LeFeber, and in this video we're going to be reviewing the Nitro 1 binding. I rode this binding at Arapahoe Basin on a sunny bluebird day that had frozen chop, chunder, ice, slushy snow, perfect hero snow, and I rode it on my Telos Mike Rankwit snowboard with my K2 Thraxis boots. So when it comes to adjustability, you got flip tabs on the toe and the heel strap. You pop it up, slide it down, lock it in. There you go. There's a single screw to slide the toe ramp forward or backwards, and finally you have a forward lean adjustment on the high back. Basic meat and potato stuff. I should also mention that you do have a push pin system on the toe strap as well. Alright, when it comes to the straps, you have the trickle down toe strap from one of their older bindings, so it's got a minimal toe cut. This is going to fit better on more of a pointy toed boot than something that's super snub nosed. You're going to notice that right away. It's just kind of how it is with the heel strap. It's thick, it's plush, it's multiple levels of material in there. It will break in over time. It's going to feel rigid right out the box, but as you ride it more, it's going to have more give to it. Obviously, that's just kind of how it is. You can also develop hot spots and just pinch points with a binding strap like this. Not a bad thing. We had them for 20 years. You'll be fine with them. I just want people to be aware of it. It does feel secure. There's a little bit of a cutout for the instep. All right, so when it comes to the ratchets, they climb. One finger quick tab release works, but what I would like to talk about is these feel a little flimsy, just a little chintzy, like they might break over time. The other thing is you actually don't have a ladder feed on the heel portion of the ratchet, so you could end up fumbling around with that. The toe strap, it's the same thing right out the box. They have to break in a little bit, so you're going to notice right away that you got to kind of jimmy rig them, just kind of finagle them in there, and then they'll work. At the end of the day, they never prematurely released. I never had any issues with them sticking, but like I said, they just felt a little flimsy. With the high back, it's very minimal. There's no added padding. It's just a two-piece design. You've got this little bit of rubber foam to help grip the heel in there. It does have a good amount of give to it. Doesn't have a lot of natural forward lean, which is nice. The forward lean tab is very easy to work with. You flip it down, slide it up, lock it back in. That's your high back. So this is a flexible binding. It comes in just below middle of the road for an all mountain freestyle binding. That mini disc does give a lot of lateral play. When you flex toe to heel, you notice that the high back has give as well as the strap. So you just feel a little more loose in there. It's not an overly powerful binding. With the ride of this binding, it is lively. You do feel everything. The nice thing is you do have that air dampening system in the heel that does absorb some chatter. So if you come down a little hard on something or you're riding through rutted out terrain, it will absorb, but overall you're gonna feel a lot of that kinetic energy from the board going right up into the foot. Who's this binding for? The freestyle focus guy that's gonna ride outside the park a little bit, kind of going around the mountain. All right, so at the end of the day, it's a trickle-down binding of a combination of the Zero and the Team. It does have that trickle-down tech. You notice that in the toe strap. It's a lively binding. You're going to feel a little bit of chatter underfoot. That air dampening system does work. The straps do leave more to be desired. These were probably top of the line, like, I don't know, 6+ years ago. They kind of need to update those. The ratchets were a little flimsy. It did its job by locking me down to the board. I didn't feel like I was going to come off with it, but wouldn't be my first choice of a binding. Binding recommendations: the Rome Vice, the bent metal joint, the Union Strata. This has been my review of the Nitro 1 binding. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you own a pair? Are you going to buy a pair? Leave me a comment down below. Let's have a conversation about this binding. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out for all you snowboarders of the internet. And if you really like what we're doing over here and you want to support us further, swing on over to Angry Snowboarder VIP and become a member. Sure, I could tell you more here, but I got a video over there that explains it so much better. As always, I've been your host, Avran LeFeber, and I'll see you in another video.